Ooh, this is something. I have no idea if like it's not on the map, Ram, but I have no idea if I can double back. So I'm going to wait. Mouse. Okay, I'm not sure. Is it the battery? If it's the battery acting up, then I'm fucked. You know, I don't have any others. Nice. I always love just like calling down the thunder like that. Do actually need to boost that ability. It's still on rank 1. I'm doing fine with it there, but it could be better. Osmo's command is now rank 5. Which means what? 52 seconds skill recharge, lives for 20 seconds. Could get it down pretty low. It seems to be going down to 2. Yeah, I'm guessing down to a 20-second skill recharge. That's not bad. So basically, you could keep getting a hound out every time one dies. Oh, there wasn't too much left to this side. Alright, let's head over to the door over here. I'm so annoyed that no one cares about me killing them. That's just sad. Wait for it, a faction in the DLC will. And it's just like, I killed so many! No, you're gonna have to kill them again. Okay, it's like crypt entrance, so I was thinking, you know, there's an entrance, but apparently not. Ooh, Mark of Illusions. One thing I miss from Dungeon Siege 2 is the auto loot ability. You just hit Z and your character tries to loot everything nearby. Okay, let's just run this way. Can completely ignore these. I could try and slap on veteran mode and see how my character fares there, but nah, I'll just keep it on normal and then okay, clear it, now repair it. 10 scrap, 8,000. I'll just go. I'll just ignore veteran and focus on the other stuff. Players have reduced defensive ability, but damage is magnified. Minus 30 defensive ability, and damage is modified by 8%. 100% extra elemental, burn, frost burn, and electrocute. So I'm now doing 8,601. So you took off what 30 defense ability, meaning I'm slightly more likely to be hit by a guy. But then let me just, you know, kill God. Sure, that's totally balanced. You know, I just wait, you know, Godman shifts his weight slightly, and the Grim Dawn has now not happened. You totally did not just see this. Oh, that's way. Balak, the Swamp Warden. Balak. Balark, suddenly, Aladdin and, Alibaba is gonna turn up. Turin, the shieldbreaker of Icon, took his final bloodied steps, bearing these boots in the service of Empyrean. Counter-Strike, Aspect of the Guardian, and Explosive Strike. Increases physical damage by 37%, internal trauma by 48%, movement speed by 5%. That's not bad. Empowered Turin Step. Can you get unempowered versions? Probably not.
I can't carry anymore.
Seriously? Do I finally get here and now you're acting up?
Inventory is full.
Suppose I just went through another, you know, dangerous domain. You know, since the day I started being sick, I had 3 chocolate bunnies left in the fridge. I also have, like, half a can of Pringles. Budget Pringles, but Pringles nonetheless. They aren't Pringles, they fill the same, like, category, but they aren't Pringles. Funny, even though all these creatures are threats to, could be threats to Devil's Crossing, they don't care. But Homestead cares. One reason or another, I can't actually break that gate. Try and attack it and I can't go close. There we go. Wonder if this holds true for... No, it's probably just players. Imagine if that was true for my minions. Belgor, the Swamp King. Doesn't have a star over him. Ooh, you're a potent big boy, aren't you?
That skill's not ready.
Ooh, you might actually kill me. Haha, the belt has saved me. It's level 50. The Swamp King. It's all ogre now. But, he's deserving of his name. I could be cheeky and use portal defensively and just like jump out. 1,248 XP, 75 rep. Grand Spiles.
My inventory is full.
Inventory is full.
I can't carry it.
Runestone. Mysterious rune decorates the stone. Increases elemental damage, armor, aether, and elemental resistance. Very nice. So, like, you know, I imagine Swamp King will be a threat to Devil's Crossing.
I can't carry it anymore.
You know? If he ever got off his ass. But they don't care. Homestead cares. Even though the Swamp King would have to trek all the way over to him. You know, there's no way he's going to branch out that far until he utterly slaughters Devil's Crossing. You know? and you know, all the ethereals and the undead, you know. Not as in they're a thorough, you know, like, expansionist, but just, you know, assuming they're a dense idiot and sees more things to fight here. A plague wart rager. Sounds like a few teachers I had. Can't, you know, I can't make X's jokes. Well, I suppose I could. It's just be completely inaccurate. I suppose I could always go, well, sounds like a few relatives. Now that's probably not too far off. Menacing raider leggings. Improves savagery by 3 levels and adds 15% crit damage to it. That's nice, but no. It's a fire weapon. I'm not a fire person. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm really recording for too long. But yeah, I was referencing the show Magi earlier, with, you know, Battle Arc. The Aladdin series with Alibaba is better than the Sinbad prequel series. Sinbad's a little too, basically, the others struggle more. Sinbad is is too good. Basically, he doesn't really struggle much. Then the whole Amazon Kingdom bit was a bit irritating. It was the weak point in the series. What's the fact that guy gets sexually harassed in it, and you know they betray? You know, he's like, I didn't cheat. It's like, what? It just comes off as really, really weird. Like, I guess, you know, different standards, you know, not everywhere's gonna have the same standards as, you know, modern day world, but it just comes off as a really, really weird line. But yeah, generally I found that I was actually dreading getting onto that bit. I'd seen it before and I was rewatching it with Mom. And, yeah, I was dreading getting onto it. The rest of it's okay, but yeah, just... no, he just seems a little too good at everything. They struggle a bit more in the other series. Though I only saw the first season of it. The Netflix did have the second, and I don't think it even has the first now. They frequently get rid of things. Oh Christ. You know what? Fuck it. There's apparently unique sets in the game to the highest level difficulty if you go run the roguelike dungeons. Like, you can only get them on the highest level difficulty within them. It's interesting. Don't know if I'll ever see them. That would require me to do 2 more playthroughs of the game. By force of habit closing my right eye. I've been getting into a habit, well, because of all the light shining into my eyes. It's like a compulsive thing now. I have to actually outright struggle against it. Like, I'll be at the computer and the bright light will be shining in through the blinds. Like, I'll have them closed, but that won't bloody stop it. Yeah, I don't think I'll play too much further. Gut's gurgling all to hell right now, and it's just making me feel nervous. Level 47s. There's a creature up here needed for a quest that you get from that outcast. I will be killing them now. Ooh, Blueprint Omen. Getting a lot more blueprints this time around. Wonder did they increase drop rates or something. Oh, it's a shitty weapon. I was hoping it was a new thing. Oh, it says relic in the title, doesn't it? Still, we'll take it. There's a door here that you can't unseal. Closing my right eye again. I'll get into the habit of closing the left to try and counteract it, and then I'll just be here with my both eyes closed. I know sometimes I've done that. I just sit back, close my eyes, and wait for the game to actually do shit so I can continue. Like in an RTS or what have you. To actually outright rest my eyes. Burly fight over here. Maybe it's down below. Urburg's Journal, page 1. Something powerful is coming from beyond. I've sensed its approach for some time now, but like a dream or some distant memory, the details were lost to me. Until now. I can feel clawing its way through the veil somewhere to the northeast of Burwich, no doubt drawn here by the maelstrom of otherworldly corruption. I dare say its nature eludes even me, but it is neither flesh nor spirit. Must discover what it is we are facing, should the need arise, sealed away again behind the barrier between worlds. The Order need not concern itself with these matters, quite yet. I must do this alone. Urburg. Camp. Yeah, was discovered by other people, though they're quite dead. Probably by the Guardians he left. Urburg is not a soft touch. So I'm getting some Rover XP out of this. Rover rep, so that's something. Woot woot. It's not much, but yeah, there's plenty. It's like maybe a point to kill. Oh, I was hoping these like red skeletons. I can't remember if I said this or was I just thinking of saying it to you, but I really want to do play Diablo 1, and I want to play as the warrior because they're the canon one to kill Diablo. Kaliska, the Bone Hunter. Yeah, this is the being I need to kill. Cool look to it. Kind of looks like it's like armored in bone. But Much easier than the Swamp King. Ooh, and 2 blues. Oh yeah, I want to play as the warrior because canonically they struck down Diablo. But the wizard, another canon hero. Basically, the 3 heroes you can play in Diablo 1 are canon, but each follow a different fate. You know, the very first boss of the game is the rogue, for example. Also, Diablo can one-shot the rogue if you try and go toe-to-toe with him, which sounds horrifying. But anyway, the mage. The mage can summon golems. Blood golems, mud golems, and I don't know what the cap is on golems. There could be a golem cap, like full stop, like 1 golem total, or it could be 1 per type. And it looks great, but I suppose I could do more than 1 playthrough. Yeah, I'll start off with the warrior, then I'll do the wizard at some later stage. So, Praetorian chest guard. It's part of a set. Armor worn by war-hardened veterans is acknowledgement of their undaunted dedication on the field of battle. It gives me yet more armor, some defensive ability, constitution, yet more armor and absorption, and reduced freeze duration. And if I have all 2 bits on, I get increased physical resistance. Then I also get Aether and Chaos resistance. That's potent, it's tanky. Then empowered Dust Brawler shoulder guards. Not something I can do. I think that's Soldier and Inquisitor. Done by Inquisitor Seal. Field command seems familiar. That's potent. The extra elemental and physical. I'm going to slap that on anyway. It's level 50. Oh, hold on. Do it so. Won't be long coming. Fang of the Bone Hunter. Fang from Kalaska, the fallen spawn of Batarat, Brionat. Could fetch a fair price from at a merchant, or perhaps from a devious witch. Ship to call, which is cheap. To fix shrines up on the harder difficulties, you have to pay more and more to outright paying for relics. Paying with relics. Boosts attack further and movement speed. Boosts attack and crit damage. Okay, let's see. 8,419. I know that's currently boosted by the other thing, but whatever. $9,381. My God. There's another Ouroboros point around here somewhere, and I think the boss fight I was expecting earlier is there. No, it could be the chip on my glasses is why I keep closing my eyes. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's not forced to have it from the other light. Just the light reflects weirdly off it. Just not getting around to getting the new ones. Yeah, there's just a flop up with them. Basically, I had to get a form. Ooh. Nice. Used by arcanists to channel their powers during particularly straining rituals. Yeah, I had to get a form of some sort. I got it, put it to one side, now I've lost it. And I just haven't gotten it again. I'm terrible at actually getting shit done, you know? Okay, that little jingle there, they do. Just makes me think of a bit of StarCraft music. Play count, Rot Eater. I wonder if the people that found Urborg's tent there were actually necromancers. Didn't look it. But remember, some never came back. Presumably dead or still searching. I'm sure a fair few died in the Grim Dawn. Remember that grim topic I talked about before about rape? Remember I was saying about English law? I saw a thing floating around, I never confirmed it, but someone was saying that the English law of, it has to be a guy for it to be rape, it extends to children as well. As in, the rapist has to be a dude. So, yeah. Ain't that delightful? Certainly I'm not saying guys don't do it, but basically there's nothing under the sun that's restricted, like this, that's just restricted to one sex or, one fragment of society, Well, I suppose depending on how you define it, only murder is murder, but you get what I mean. Any given person could kill. Any given person could, rape and pillage. It's not only left-handed people, So, or, right-handed people, or people who can wiggle their ears. I'm one such person. It's... it's silly. It's a grim topic. Fitting Grim Dawn here. There was one show I saw recently that did actually acknowledge guys and boys being victims. Never showed any female perpetrators, but it was in the boys love genre. So basically, order of gendered prominence, it's men, boys, and then somewhere around 10th is women. There's 2 women, 3 in the whole series that I saw halfway through it. That's all there is. It's most people are dudes of varying ages. It's called Bananafish. It's actually not bad. Basically focuses on this really young, he's 19, naive Japanese student. People always comment on how young he looks. And then there's a 16-year-old gang leader who's apparently very good at what he does. And basically, he's trying to investigate what happened to his brother. There's like a cold opening. The brother like comes in a trance, like they're off in Afghanistan, and like he grabs his gun and he just starts opening fire on his comrades. Guy has to shoot him to get him to drop the gun, and all he says is "Bananafish." Apparently, the brother found him later on in a clinic, and that's all the guy said in 10 years. I don't know how long it took him to find the brother, but that's all he said to the brother since then. He's just been in a stupor. And he's just trying to figure this out. Bananafish is a reference to some real-life novel. The guy's work, I think, is referenced a few times within it. The real-life author. Even the guy's referenced by name, like they don't just use Bananafish as a reference just for us, and in the universe it's something else. It is actually outright acknowledged in the universe as a reference to that novel. But if I'm remembering correctly, it's been like 2 months. I could be completely misremembering it. But anyway, Bananafish. What's this? No idea. Probably a friends list of some sort. But going by the icon. But anyway. Yeah, I know. So yeah, it's just it focuses. While there is obviously the boys love bit to it, it does focus on him trying to figure out what's Bananafish and trying to delve into that. And rape is a frequent occurrence in it. Unlike most boys love, unlike most romance novels, I might bring them up because boys love tends to be aimed at women. It's wrote by women for women kind of thing. Bara is aimed at dudes. It's big, buff, burly guys. Yaoi, boys love. Yeah, Bara's man's love. Yaoi tends to be aimed at chicks. It tends to have maybe one more masculine guy, but then the other guy, varying shades. It could be kind of masculine. In some cases, they just look like outright chicks. But yeah, anyway, rape is a big part of that genre, but it's never portrayed positively in Bananafish. Apparently, that doesn't hold true for other entries in that genre, but Bananafish always portrays it as extremely negative. You don't really see much, ever. I've only seen the recent anime adaptation. I never saw the manga. That could be a harder thing, like Gravitation. Gravitation's pretty beige, like you don't see hand graphic on screen. The most graphic thing is... Hey folks. Ooh, Christ, it's 20 past midnight. I'll have to stop soon. I misspoke there. But yeah, there's a guy in like the Gravitation isn't graphic at all, these TV series. The most graphic thing in it is the faces one guy pulls. Like he's normally like there's a famous singer in it, and he's normally like the main guy and really giddy idiot. But then you see him every so often, and he's just like so angry. He's just gonna start berserking and trying to eat people. Apparently that's my aunt was talking about it and saying, oh yeah, that's actually really relevant to his singing because it's about singers. But yeah, he just looks feral like when he's like that. But yeah, that's the most like graphic it ever gets that I've seen. I saw like first 5 episodes. But the manga of it is a lot darker. Yeah, well, not darker, but a lot more like woo boy apparently. Could fall into normal yaoi footsteps there, but I've no idea. But yeah, basically, Bananafish shows it like everyone in a very, very negative light. Other stuff, not so much. So yeah, that's like the one thing I've seen recently that acknowledges male and boy, well, male men and boy rape victims. It's kind of awkward when it's the guy on guy action that actually acknowledges and handles it correctly. It just seems kind of weird, Nothing against guy on guy action, it's just, that's, smut, and what have you. It just feels like, of all things, like, I know, I just view that as, you know, kind of brain dead. You know, it gets the job done kind of thing, you know? It's just, like so many other things, handle that topic weirdly or dodge around it, you know? Pretend it isn't a thing. Hell, I've seen real life charities that are meant to handle this kind of thing, and they dodge around it too. Real life activism and all that. So, it's just odd to see the boys love thing actually handling it correctly. Or, you know, at least acknowledging the victims. Even if it's, like I was saying, that it's only to dudes. Like, again, it's boys love. You know, women take a very big part in that genre as a whole. You know, at least they're being acknowledged, you know? That's more that can be said for other things, like I was saying back during my first time talking about this. I don't like going on these tangents, but I was just like, you know what, fuck it. You know, Bananafish actually wasn't a bad series. Someone might enjoy watching it. Like I said, you don't see anything happen on screen. The worst bit you saw was a video. It's the center of it's kind of blurred out. You just see like a guy trusting and a kid, and you see the kid at the other side, and it's all heavily blurred. You see nothing. That's actually the most graphic one I'd seen halfway through. Everything else was implied, like you see the guy there afterwards, kind of thing. So yeah, I remember seeing other people liking it, and so it's, you know, I'm frequently worried my taste is just shit. I did kind of get bored and distracted from it. It's not quite my cup of tea. It was fine for the first bit, but then it kind of just lost my interest. But other people might dig it, you know? But yeah, I've been trying to steer clear of going on these tangents, but I think I've handled this one much better than I have previous ones. So, I think I hit all the points I wanted to hit. Yeah, like, again, nothing against guy-on-guy action, but it's just, I see, you know, SMOT and all that, it's just shit to get it done. So it's just odd when that handles it better than agencies who it's job to handle it well. Well, better than agencies who's meant to handle it well, better than they are, you know? Like, they're being dipshits about it, and this thing is handling it better than they are. Even if it isn't acknowledging female perpetrators. You know, it's still a huge step in the right direction. And again, genre. You know, it wouldn't fit. And again, I don't demand genre to represent everything around. It's just nice to see it once in a while because, you know, I don't demand that kind of thing, you know? People want to tell a story, and this is the story they're telling. You know, it's just nice to see that acknowledged in at least some capacity. Again, like I was saying, you know, people tend to ignore that quite heavily. Like, you know, like I was saying about the article back in the previous time I was talking about this. You know, it tends to be really poorly handled, so it's just nice to see something acknowledging it, you know? I remember seeing there's some agency and like, oh, we help people for this, and you go read through it and it's, oh, you by people you mean solely women. Ah. And here I thought, you know, men were people too. So, yeah, it's just nice to see it acknowledged once in a while. Certainly, you know, they deserve more than that, but, you know, baby steps. Oh yes, not net the skeleton. Yeah, that truly saved you. It'd been even better if you netted the ranged skeleton. Oh, I missed that bit. I'll get up there eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, anyway, tangent aside. But yeah, Bananafish, not half bad. It did lose my interest and all that, but it isn't actually a bad... don't know why I can't just run up to that. But it did lose my interest, but it wasn't really my cup of tea, you know? It holding me to halfway through was an accomplishment. So, yeah, it could be right, you know, if it's up your alley, it sounds up your alley, go check it out. Again, It's a very, let's call it niche kind of thing, you know? It's probably not going to suit most people. Could recommend Space Dandy instead. That's a comedy anime. I've told you about this before, but I'll say it again, damn it. Comedy anime about the dandiest guy in space. He's a space, not quite a bounty hunter. He's like trying to find rare aliens to collect bounties on them, because you know they take them in, they register them, and they catalog them. And general goofball with a goofball crew. It's him, a robot, and a cat guy. And get up to wacky hijinks. It's all good fun. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. Apparently, it's actually referenced in some other anime now. Like, someone's actually watching it on like some handheld device they have. They also make plenty of Cowboy Bebop references. Apparently, they use the same currency, and you see towards the end Vicious's bird in it. There's also some huge sigil I've seen from some other anime, but that could be just a common used sigil. You know, it could be the symbol for alchemy kind of thing. So, you know, obviously, like, Full Metal Alchemist would have it, and you know, they might be nodding to Full Metal Alchemist, but it's just a common sigil. You know, it's not like Vicious's bird, an inherent thing. You know, I have no idea. But anyway. Blasted bridge south out of the town seems to have collapsed. Figured I'll try my luck through the marshes. Damn, that was a poor decision. Now the wagon's stuck in this fetid bog, and I'm stuck right here with it. I have a ton of gold and gems in the back, not for a king's ransom. Still can't believe my fortunes. The owner of the jewelry shop just left it abandoned. Somehow nobody else got the idea before me to break in there. Of course, that all might be for nothing now, as it's just sinking in the mud. If things any further, the horse will end up pulled in with it. I have to do something, and fast. I need help. Surely others have fled in this direction. A few gems should smooth over the conversation. I can see the light of a campfire not too far off. I couldn't make out a word they're saying. Sounds like a foreign language. But I'm sure we could come to an agreement. Who doesn't understand the common language of gold and gemstones? I'm going to see who they are, and if they can help me get unstuck. You can smell cooking pork. Maybe they wouldn't mind sharing a bit. Unknown. Gold and gems are of no value to us, so we're just leaving them there. Which is sad to me, but oh well. So yeah, he just smells human cooking, and yeah, apparently smells like pork. Also, when I was saying the alchemy thing, it mightn't have been an alchemy thing. It might have been Yggdrasil, for all I could tell. You know, it's just like a weird tree symbol that seems familiar, but I can't quite pin it. Heavy treads of kings. Ooh, battle roar. Nice. Our battle cry. I'm sure both work. How is this faction? I'm just at respected. I hope those higher up. Still, I suppose I'm not too far from respected. Then it's just 5k to honored. Yay. You know what? I'm curious. Will rep carry between things? Apparently there's reputation sheet. Oh, someone outright asked this question. Yep. That's good. I just want to be sure. So yeah, they keep rep between things. So yeah, I could even if I don't hit the higher levels by the time I'm done here, I can just pop into next difficulty and keep going from there. Should try and get as many devotion shrines as I can here. I don't think I'll have to unlock them again on my next playthrough. Originally, you could only get like 14 shrines on the highest difficulty, so you would have to get the rest by playing up through the other difficulties and getting them there. 14-ish, I can't remember. They've changed that now, but from the sounds of it, you know, if you unlock the devotion shrine, you have a devotion shrine. So should make my life a bit easier. Sorry, that's not what I'm trying to say. Mouse, cooperate. It's frequently just going dead. Or like disconnecting. But yeah, I think it will be a good idea for me to do it on this difficulty, then later get as many done here as I can. Yeah, you know, if they're tied in with the Rover's quest line and all that, there's little I can do. But I should try and get as much done here as I can to minimize how much I have to do on the hardest difficulty. Kind of oddly, you side with these factions, but you can completely ignore their quest line. You figure it'll be somewhat, you know, mandatory to the main story, but no. So the guy was right that there was people out here, but he likely just ran into the orcs, ogres, whatever. Let's be fair here, you know. Like he was saying about the foreign language. There's a door here. I'm just gonna look this up because I can't find it now. Eastmarsh, Grim Dawn. Temple of the Tree. Ah, and Craig's Crags. There's a secret area here. Okay, it's just to the north of it by the bridge. Alright. Actually, there's 3 secret areas. Just buy one. I just found this on the wiki. Okay, there's no benefit to that one. Then there's there. And then the last one is here. You can also find a treasure trove in Craig's Craig Scraggs. Temple of the Tree is found down here. It's acts unlocked during the Hidden Path side quest. You begin it in Act 1. Ah, this is what I've been thinking of previously. Christ. Oh, fuck. There's just a huge, secret there. Okay, actually, let me go reopen that. Close that a bit soon. Okay, right down here, by Devil's Crossing. Right here is a secret that will lead you to one of the fucking witch gods. Or an aspect of it or something. Like, my fucking god. And then that will allow you to get into a door around here. Anyway, let's head up to the top. That's where I remember finding a second Ouroboros note. Or maybe I just remember hoping to find a second. I thought I remember finding a ruined altar and whatnot near it. But seemingly no. Seemingly I'm just gone mad. I think it could very well be under here. Yeah, now that I knew there was a secret here, it seemed kind of obvious. I was just checking to be sure because the map, the way I initially read it, made it look like it was elsewhere. I must have missed something at the other point, but I can't pin what. I just can't see it. So anyway, we go around. All the sparklies that I can't loot there because of the loot filter keep throwing me off. Oh wait, it's down further. And this should have a treasure trove. Okay, it didn't. Did I miss a treasure trove elsewhere? Given how everywhere is explored, it will be very hard for me to find a missing treasure trove. Because there's no obvious ooh, I never explored here on the map. Treasure troves are not something you want to miss. And apparently you can outright start this quest right in Act 1. This hidden path thing. Okay. Anyway, I don't see the door here, but that doesn't matter. You know what? Just head to Devil's Crossing. It's actually really near to this place. It's right here. Oh, we actually did find this. The start of it. I'd actually forgotten about this place. I've been thinking, oh, I need to come back here, I need to come back here. Then I forgot. I wonder if the area over here will scale up to me. Probably not. They were saying that there's a breakable sideboard here, though it doesn't seem relevant. Ooh. Yep, beautiful. Christ. Swift. They have great increased movement speed, but are more susceptible to crowd control. Mind control duration. Okay, so I guess the mind control spells previously are that I mentioned previously are temporary affairs. They don't get you a permanent minion till death, kind of thing. So you need to be careful with them. Say if you mind control something potent, you don't want it breaking when you're into a difficult fight, or if you've gone AFK. Also, this whole area here is a secret dangerous domain, so it's perfectly possible to lose stuff here, to miss bits. There is a map to it, but it's so faded. Wish I could turn up the occupancy. How see-through and shite it was. I suppose it's fitting these are here. Apparently it's Dreeg down this way. These are all like acid spewers. Dreeg is all about acid. Acid and something else. Actually, you can't start this in Act 1. You need dynamite back there, don't you? So, I don't know what the wiki was talking about there, saying you can start in Act 1. Must have misread it. Even the smaller beasts that I thought were just beasts are marked as Eldritch here. Dreeg's influence. Never did this quest previously, so this is all new to me. Spoiled it a little. I had the Guardian. Guardian of Dreeg. Oh god, the amount of life leech I have. I've got Homestead rep. Of course I did. Impenetrable Dreeg sect leg guards and Wolverine.
My inventory is full.
Just hear Bub in the background. The runestone carried by the trolls of Dreeg. There is an inscription along the edge. Though the three are now as one, it was not always so. Wary of the other's power, they crawled across Karn in destructive displays of eldritch might. Mountains and rivers shifted, but no god emerged victor. Hint, hint, motherfuck.
My inventory is full.
Welcome, seeker of truth, to this bastion of knowledge. You've taken your first step along the way to the deeper truths, as countless brothers and sisters have before you. The path now presented to you is a treacherous one. You'll be pursued for your practices, hunted like a rodent by the Empire's Umanari hounds. But to persevere, to endure the trials that our patron lords have endured, that is the way to true power through the Eldritch realm. You stand before the shrine of Dreeg, the oldest of the three witch gods. The great guardian sought to know it all, to see the truth behind the veil that blinds us all. In arrogance or perhaps foresight, he cast aside the ancient warnings and cautionary words of his peers. Dreeg reached into the veil and witnessed the workings of the gods themselves. For his hubris, he was struck blind. But it was then that his eyes became truly open. Exposed to the wild magics of the Eldritch realm, he was forever changed. Cruel spines pierced his flesh, acidic blood dripping from the festering wounds for all from festering wounds for all eternity. What emerged from beyond the veil bore little resemblance to the man that entered. Dreeg was reborn as a god. Dreeg now watches over us all. His peerless gaze pierces to our very souls, sees us for who we really are. To stand before the great guardian is an honor without match. To hear his voice is a blessing from the heavens themselves. If you are indeed deserving of his attention, follow the way of the tree. Travel to the broken lands beyond the Arcovian border, where the harpies feast on the flesh of the unworthy. Seek a path blocked by stone. If you carry the message of Dreeg, the way shall open before you. Okay, so this is all that's here. So yeah, there's this huge thing here, like right next to this whole village. Like, my god. It seems almost cheap. Like, right at the start, there's this huge, like, tie-in with the witch gods. Just, like, right at the start of the game. Really want to give that set a try. Well, yeah, it is a set. Thinking of this. Even though it doesn't give me the full thing I want, I still want it because it's pretty potent. No, I can't justify it. I'll hold on to it. I wouldn't mind one of these helms, but it would have to be angled towards, you know, extra health, maybe extra damage, you know? I also don't like taking such huge hits to my stats. Christ, now I'm doing 810, just par for the course. Say, 8,100. Remember how I got that via being buffed? Now I just have it inherently. I want to go over there.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
As soon as you leave, though, the sale is finalized. I guess leave the area. That's nice. I thought it was like leave the window. Like in some other game that's escaping me at the present. Heavy treads of kings. The homebrewed potion is really hard to reject. Really hard. I'm kind of actually remembering a legendary from Diablo 3. You know, the plague skin one? That was nice. I should not have broken that down. Broke it down on my barbarian, though I never did continue the character, so it didn't really matter too much. But, yeah. Basically, you have the plague skin pants on, and if you get surrounded by 3 or more enemies, you start soiling yourselves or farting. Basically, there's a horrible stench, and that's actually harming the opponents now. You just have an inherent like AoE if you get surrounded, and it scales based on your damage. So the more potent you are, the more potent the stench. Yeah.
See you around.
Okay. There's this path here I haven't checked out. There's this down here. It's the only river I see, but it's not in the Broken Hills. These aren't high enough level. These mean nothing to me. I'm just gonna keep running through. Like, there's no point in stopping to fight these enemies. Wait. Okay, no, there is. I just saw like them being blue, and I assumed that meant like they were grayed out. Like, wow, but no, these are scaling enough. It just, if they aren't scaling enough, then I won't get XP or rep. But they are scaling, so Homestead is gonna keep loving me that bit more. It looks like Homestead will be my first one to actually get to a nice level. It's because they hate a faction that's not so as restricted as Cronley. You know? He's pretty damn restricted. Now, they hate all beasts, and the beasts here scale nice and high. Cronley's gang? No. I'll probably get the, I don't feel like putting in all the work. I'll probably get the, Devil's Crossing up to a nice level, in my second run through. And yeah, I'm getting way too into this. I do feel myself sliding and feeling a bit sicker. I guess I'll just go do this and I'll call it. What was that little secret up there that did nothing? Wait, that could actually be it. 35 Homestead rep. Is that normally the amount you get? Yeah, I think so. It's 35 and 75. Because it's blocked by stone. And there was path at the other side. It says rivers on it, fully capitalized. So it makes me think I'm to, like, be somewhere else. Don't think harpies are anywhere but here. Maybe it's here. There's a river down there. Homestead is getting close. I'll overtake Devil's Crossing here soon enough. Am I getting rep with these from something? Oh no, I swore I got some extra. Grand Priest Zarathustran was the Arkovan upon whose word all Arkovan necromancers were banished to the Steps of Torment. Even in death, he continues to gather lost souls for Arkova to his mad word. The time has come to scatter his flock and erase this stain upon the world for good. You must travel deep within the Steps of Torment. On the third floor, you will find the priest at his desecrated altar. Purge him from this place, and I shall join you below. Doing that quest might be the key to getting the skeleton key to actually descend further into the place. Should have knew the exact level breakdown for when they will stop giving me stuff. Oh yeah, this is where I got my current belt. Well, that was quite a while back. Okay, I have no clue where this riddle is saying. The other thing says mountains and rivers, which makes me think here. But they stipulated where harpies feast on the unworthy. And a way blocked with stone. Annoyingly, nowhere like that jumps out to me. There's there. That's something I gotta worry about. You know, the resistances being lowered. Yeah, I'm not going to play for too much longer because I'll probably regret it. But I suppose at least now I'll actually go to sleep when I go to bed and not just lie there for hours trying to sleep. That's the worst. Goddamn. Ah. I noticed this place seemed... The way forward opens in front of you. It just seems suspicious. It's just swift. I'm excited for Crate's, you know, the people behind this, Crate Entertainment. I'm excited for their next game. Though really, I'm largely excited for their next Grim Dawn. Like I was saying before, we don't know what their next game is going to be. But we know it's not going to be Grim Dawn. Again, on some level, I'm feeling like I should, you know, drop, you know, the Guardian of Soul. Okay, this guy. You know the chains I spent so long trying to get? I should drop that and just spend all the points into trying to have the other thing. Ow. Let me just show you. I should drop this and take all these points and there's 5 there. Bung them into like a point here. It only offers 3 green. Green is irrelevant to me. So yeah, take those 5 points, plonk 1 there. That can be 3 blue and 2 red. I can then plonk the 5 in here. Get Bull Rush, which could take the place of the Hellhound minion. It's bonuses to internal trauma damage, and some inherent internal trauma damage. So that's nice, because then I'll do a huge chunk more damage. Because if you look here, I already get 287% bonus to internal trauma damage. 287%. That's a percentage lower than my physical modifier. That's ridiculous. And I do no trauma damage. I really need to go grab that. And you know what? I'm actually rather inclined to drop the other thing. And here's the shrine to this guy. I didn't really pay too much attention to the other one. I should have. But, okay. Runestone carried by the adherents of Solael. But there is an inscription along the edge. In the end, it was Solael who looked past the carnage and saw the inevitability of their actions. In truth, none could triumph where all 3 were equal. He sent his all attendants to speak before the rest of a resolution. They would seal a pact there among the swampy remains of their last skirmish. So East Marsh. You have traveled far, Seeker, and seen much. Ooh, I got War Master. War Master achievement. Screen shuddered for it. And seen much. But still the veil between worlds blinds you to the deeper truths. You stumble about the world we inhabit, eager for answers that the Empire and its luminari deny. They think us heretics, followers of false gods, and none of them can claim to witness the power of their deities. They're illusions. Show me the cripples that Menere has cured, the armies that Olarion has toppled, the beasts that Modrigan spared from the hunt. You cannot, because they are not real. But the witch gods, born of man, had ascended to rise us from our own ignorance. If you're willing to listen, they may open your eyes as well. You now stand before the shrine of Solael, the youngest of the 3. Eldrick fires at his behest, the very essence of the Eldrick realm, his to mold and shape as he sees fit. Clothed in black robes that hide his gaunt frame, Solael glides unseen through the shadowy veil to hunt unwitting mortals for their vitality. Many devout of Solael had been asked to make the ultimate sacrifice, to present themselves before the Dark God, and offer their lives so that Solael may bestow his infinite wisdom upon those that remain. You, worthy seeker, do not yet have the attention of the gods, but know that with each step you take, you bring yourself closer to the tree. Now go to the frozen lands of the north, where primitive tribes had constructed standing stones ages ago. Armed with the words of Solael and Dreeg, the way shall be opened to you. I guess the Temple of the Tree is the final resting place, but the final place of their battles? Somewhere up here. Wait. This is a riddle. And I want to figure this out. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm going to call this here. Yeah, it is in the frozen lands to the north. So it is somewhere past here. Wait, it's here. It's among the Astakarn roads, because this is the only frozen place to the north that we can access. So, yeah, we're going to have to take another trek through the Astakarn routes. Annoying, but that's what we got to do. Before I go, I'll leave all that till tomorrow. Let's hit the Devil's Crossing. I'm going to make a choice that I may regret, but it's not too costly to reset it. You know? And I can always easily redo it later on. Actually, it's actually quite difficult to redo it later on. I have to go get... it's easy enough. I'd have to spend 5 points here, 4 points there. Take another 5 points to put it here, then remove these 4. But anyway. Fuck. Fine. Gonna have to do this right now.
I sense turmoil within you. Safe journey.
Ah, I didn't realize that was actually offering the green. I forgot that was offering the green I needed. So I lose out on the Kraken if I lose that. They've 85% chance on attack? Christ. I'll pretty much be constantly doing it whenever I right click. Tempted towards grabbing her because she gives bonuses. Then again, I'm not using an axe. I'm frustrated now that that did not work out as I thought it would. Okay, I'll lose 2 red if I got rid of you, but I'll gain 4 points back. I'd also lose purple, but purple's quite irrelevant to me.
Safe journey. What troubles you?
This is costing me quite a few Aether crystals, and I don't actually have too many, but it's an Aether crystal a node, and the Iron Big cost isn't too bad, but still, it's all adding up. There's also still 33 more points for me to access, so I could just keep trying to find nodes and going from there. But it's a case of, I want them now. No.
Farewell.
Ended up exactly where I was. Typical. Typical. It's actually rather frustrating, to be honest. But whatever. I also lost a fair bit of red. Which has put me a bit further back on this than I would like. This will bring me up to 4. Then I need 3 more. Could just grab this. That would be the exact amount I need. But I'm hesitant. This does seem better. It's all about retaliate. There's a heavy amount of retaliation, but at least gives you some inherent to it. And then it's just a passive buff when you get hit. Then again, that requires 3 purple. Of course it does. Of course it does. That requires 4 purple. I regret everything. Tempted towards this. It gives me 5 red, which would actually put me where I need to be, where I stand. But I'll only actually need 3 more red. It's the one I can find that requires less, that gives me exactly 3. Probably nothing will give me just 3. Well, actually, no, there's some things here that give 3. I was hoping it would be, let me just to keep this up inherently. Wish I could zoom out further. I can grab Aladra's Phoenix. Faithful pet of the gods, the Phoenix of Aladra blazes a trail across the starry sky. Health, Chaos Resist, Fire Retaliation, Aether damage, Elemental damage, Health Regen. Crit damage, Fire damage, Burn damage, and when you crit, you do Phoenix Fire. I might just have to go back to what it was, you know? Okay, I wouldn't mind grabbing this guy. Makes you a lot more tanky. Well, just healy, you know? Then this is a chance when hit. Gogaran, the abomination, represents humanity's basest instincts, the fear of death and shadows, desire to have what you have not. The abomination embodies all that turns man wicked. This is frustrating. And here are totals, you know, free. Oh, this actually offers exactly 3. But I don't want ghoul. Oof. Ooh, this offers tree. See, no issue with this one. So, yeah. We'll get 3 points in here. Actually, need 3 to get into here. I'll get 3 with this. So, 2, 4, 7. More than I need. Actually, I only need 1. 1 red. Isn't there something here that offers a single red? Yeah, this Revenant. Like, there's no issue with going over. It's just simply a curiosity sort of deal. You know, if it's only gonna give me a single red point, well, actually, I could just grab this. You know, it might have meaty stuff to it that's worthwhile. But point-wise, this would actually be well worth it. Just a one-to-one translation. That's nice. Then again, this is a 5 to 6, just split between 2. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end this here because I'm feeling kind of nauseous. But yeah, basically, finish this one, get that. Then I just have to worry about the blue, which... Lotus still offered me green. I needed green for that. Okay, that's fine. I thought green was irrelevant, but no, green's quite fine. So yeah, 3. This will give me 12 more. Perfect. Yeah, finish this, 1 point here, then I've this unlocked. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 more, then I can start working on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 14 more points, and then I have that. 14 more points, and there's 33 more in total. Nice. Yeah, I can get behind this. Then I have some space to play around with. So I could say, get this back. You know, because it's nice to have the thing popping in, you know, and helping out. But anyway, so yeah, just have a look here. Really, I'm only doing 56 trauma damage. I did all that for 56 trauma damage. And I've actually rather large drop to my damage. Cunning, mental resistance, bleeding, offensive ability, physique and casting, fatality, 30% all damage. Ugh. I'll worry about this tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed and I hope you join me again soon. Till then, love and peace, baby. Might switch back to how I used to have it and just wait for me to get those extra points. Then again, you know what? It's set up so perfectly for the other thing. You know, I'll stay with what I have now. Till then, love and peace, baby. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm gonna go try and not be sick.